Hello everybody, this is NCS and welcome back to Let's Play MediEvil! Last time we defeated the pumpkin serpent and today we have nowhere to go but the sleeping village. Well, technically we could also go to the enchanted earth, but for right now I do not want to go there. And instead we're going to meet some nice villagers. Or maybe not. Well, they might be nice, but unfortunately they are under the control of the evil sorcerer Sarok.
Poor villagers. The master possesses them. It mustn't hurt them. Hurt guards, though. They seek out an object of great power.
Well, that's interesting. Wonder what that object of great power is. Maybe the chalice? Who knows? So anyway, yeah, you do not want to hurt these villagers in this level here. Unfortunately though, they want to hurt you. So instead, just run away from them with your daring dash. You can actually, well, attack them with a daring dash. Well, it isn't really attacking, but you can hit them with it and stun them. I believe it does not actually damage them, so that's a good way to get rid of these villagers without actually, well, hurting them. Which you definitely do not want to do, because hurting the villagers might end up in killing them. And if you kill a villager, that will mean that you will lose points in your chalice. And as you can see, we have 59% at the beginning of this level. So be careful not to kill any of the villagers. So let's use our moon rune in here and smash a couple of barrels, I guess. In this chest here, we have a club. Not that we need it, seeing how we have a hammer, which is far better than the club. But you can take it if you don't have a hammer. Let's get past this village over here. And this room. This room is freaking mean if you play this for the first time or just have a bad memory like I have. But first, here we have a book that just tells us that we have to lower this pedestal to get to that bust over there. Yeah, this not this level, but this room. Well, over there, we see that there is a rune in that cage there. I always don't see that there are two barrels that you can smash. I always think I have to open up that cage somehow. Like activating a trigger or something, but I never find one, obviously, because you're supposed to break some barrels. And I never see that barrel. Unless I practice before that, so I actually remember that. Yeah, I did a test run on this level before I actually recorded it this time around. Because I knew that otherwise I'd get A, lost in this level, and B, not make this room. So, yeah, now we have a pedestal, well, not a pedestal, but a bust. And that causes this.
If we comrades tear this place apart, or if we don't find the shadow artifact, Lord Zarek will have us mocking out the demons for the next millennium.
Oh, shadow artifact. That sure sounds interesting! And yeah, let's attack those guards! If you need to buy something, here's a merchant. Yeah, these guards are the only way you can increase the percentage of your chalice, so take them out. Also, it might be in your best interest to take them out because they can hurt you with their guns. So yeah, activate this lever here to make that fountain stop, and so that you can get your hands on that rune. Yep. Nice, he didn't even get to shoot at me. That's a first. Oh. You might want to use your shield here against these guys, so that you won't get all too much damage, but I guess I'm doing okay for once. Over there is a vial of life, if you need some help. Okay, so I got a new rune. So... dang it. Where did I need to use that rune? Ah, right, I remember. I just can't find that building right now. Ah, yeah, I always get lost in the cities and video games. Or towns. Or just plain villages. Yeah, my sense of orientation isn't that great. Ah, there we go. Here we are at the library. First of all, let's smash this wall here and get a crucifix cast and... Okay, let's stun you. And since we are at the library, let's read some books! If you don't want to read all these books or listen to me reading all these books, skip at the time I'm going to put in here in editing. History of Gallowmere, Volume 1. During the dark time that was Gallowmere's not too distant past, it was King Peregrine who thwarted Zarok the Necromancer and his plan to enslave the land. Zarok, once the king's mage, had fallen out of favor with the ruler for conducting outlandish experiments on the bodies of the dead. It was said that deep within Peregrine Castle, the dead were restless. The dead are to be honored, not kept as the playthings of alchemists, declared King Peregrine as he banished Zarok from the castle. All of Zarok's living dead were rooted out and destroyed. Zarok, being an unforgiving soul, went into hiding and vowed to wreak his revenge on the king. Yikes, so even back in the early days, Zarok was, well, up to no good, I guess. History of Gallowmere, Volume 2. Rumors of ill-doing and dark deeds abounded through the land of Gallowmere. It was whispered that Zarok had employed the aid of shadowy demons to help build the vast castle. Under the cover of night, Zarok's dark army spilled forth from their corrupt heaven. Corrupt heaven? What? The army marched south across the Silver Mountains and through the Silver Woods. Soon afterwards, even the Pumpkin Lands belonged to Zarok. The folk of Gallowstown cried out for help. "Save us, good King Peregrine!" Retaliation was swift and violent. King Peregrine's forces, led by the brave Sir Fortescue, drove Zarok's army back from Gallowstown. There was much rejoicing, but the war was not yet over. Yeah, I guess that Sir Daniel Fortescue's army was doing far better than Sir Daniel Fortescue himself. History of Gallowmere, Volume 3. News that Zarok's army had now taken the Floodlands caused much concern. From this vantage point, Zarok could march west to take the Enchanted Forest. This sacred place would prove a bitter defeat if it fell into the hands of the evil sorcerer. It was Sir Dan Fortescue who once again led the king's militia to rid the demon host from the land. Yet the evil wizard was cunning and had prepared an ambush. A titanic battle ensued, of which history has never seen the like. It was said that the day would have gone to Zarok, but for the skill and valor of one man. Fortescue led the charge deep into the massed ranks of the undead, felling Zarok's bodyguard, the fearful Lord Cardog, and, before finally succumbing to his own mortal wounds, slew the traitorous sorcerer with a mighty sweep of his sword. Well, we know that wasn't actually true, but it's good that at least the history thinks Stan was a great hero. No, not really. Volume 4. The forces of evil were destroyed, but at a terrible price. None but a handful of the king's militia returned from that field. Gallowmere lost a whole generation of young men that day, including Kenny Tim, the legendary crossbowman and Fortescue's second-in-command, who fell in the first volley of arrows. I think these books have actually some things, confused. Zarok's body was never found, though if it lies unmourned in an unmarked grave, then no one in Gelomir would shed a tear. The shadow demons that had fallen under Zarek's banner were unnatural creatures that did not belong in the world of mortal men. The king declared that they be banished, entombed under the pure earth of the enchanted earth. Imprisoned within the impregnable box of the king's design, the demons were buried deep underground. Their tomb was sealed with a magical device that has since come to be known as the Shadow Artifact. So that's why these guys are looking for that artifact, huh? Heroes from History, a retrospective, Chapter 1. In addition to being the strongest man who ever lived, Steinir Iron Hewer was unsurpassed in his skill as a blacksmith. He was equally happy pounding on his anvil at home as he was pounding on someone's head in battle. It was said that his only fear was the end of the village smithy as the focus of manufacture in favor of more centralized units. As if! Chapter 2. Born a humble peasant to one of the nomadic tribes from the Eastlands, Letmoneth's Skull Cleaver gathered an army of horsemen and swept over half the civilized world. When he finally died, attempting a single-handed attack on a garrison in the north while armed only with a spike on his helmet, he was the richest and most powerful peasant of the day. Chapter 3. Karl Sterngard spent most of his formative years under siege at his family castle. With his impregnable magic shield, Sterngard's motto was, "The best form of attack is defense." Sadly, his shield couldn't protect him against poor eating habits, and he died during a post-battle feast while swallowing a large sausage he failed to chew. Chapter 4. Truly the hero's hero, Woden the Mighty was fearless, single-minded, and uncompromising. Unbeaten in combat, he inspired raw fear in friends and enemies alike, not to mention in close family members and pets. Chapter 5. Trained from birth in all forms of combat, Imanzi Shongama was the warrior queen of a tribe of Amazons. The bold and the beautiful Shongama banished all males from her territory except the handful she kept on to mow the lawn of her people. Chapter 6. A full-time mother and homemaker, Megwyn Stormbinder had to defend her settlement from barbarian raiders while the menfolk were away on a hunting trip. She fought off repeated attacks armed only with a pitchfork and a rolling pin, and with one arm holding her baby. Legend has it that the gods, impressed by her indomitable courage, intervened and added thunderbolts to her arsenal. She won battle with a couple of bolts to spare on her husband when he finally returned. Chapter 7. Dirk Steadfast was a fearsome opponent thanks to his magic sword and a firmly held belief that only women defend themselves. Real men are always on the attack. He was a friend and contemporary of Karl Sterngard, who was with him even to the end. It was while Steadfast was explaining his views on Sterngard's shield during a feast that the latter had his tragic and inexplainable accident. Chapter 8. Descendant from the finest Sancher bloodstock, Ravenhooves the Archer was the last prince of his people. A proud and haughty aristocrat he was, an accomplished hunter, sportsman, duelist, playboy, rancouteur, and 3 times Derby winner. Chapter 9. Captain of the militia in the time of King Peregrine, Sir Daniel Fortescue found fame when he killed the renegade wizard Zarok. A career soldier, praised in the royal household, he was adored by the men under his command, and renowned for his loyalty to Gelomir. It was said that Fortescue was always destined for greatness, with a square jaw, steely gaze, and thick shock of hair, as black as raven's wings. He looked every inch the hero. So, if you've noticed, oh, don't attack, Daniel. All these people in this book here were actually people you could meet in the Hall of Heroes, with the only exception being Sir Daniel Fortescue, who yet has to make his way in there. Poor Dan. Okay, next up we have the Tourist Guide to Gallowmere, Part 1. The land of Gallowmere is a wondrous land of breathtaking sights and adventure. If it's beauty you are looking for, be sure to check out the sights of the enchanted forest. Scale the heights and see the nests of giant dragon birds. Ew. Doesn't sound all too great if we have to go there. Seek out weird and wonderful plant life. Go ooh and ah at the sight of baby dragon toads splashing about in the crystal clear ponds. Why not take a walk through the Pumpkin Valley? Pumpkin is Gallomere's favorite dish, and about now the valley is just bulging under the weight of young podling awaiting harvest. I'd rather not, actually. I don't want to go there again. Those pumpkins hurt me enough as is. Tourist Guide to Gallowmere, Part 2. If it's mystery you're looking for, then the seasoned adventurer should travel to the ruins of King Peregrine's castle. Yes, this is the fortress from which the fabled King Peregrine once hailed. It is said that the king's crown was lost in the dungeons below the castle, and that the ghost of the regent himself now haunts those cold stone passageways. Spooky. Why to take the swamps and seek out the mythical town of Mellowmead. This place was once said to be a place of fantastical arcane alchemy, but an age has passed since it was consumed by the murky swamps. Perhaps great treasure awaits any adventurer that can locate its watery resting place. Well, maybe we will go there. Let's see if the game actually tells us to go there. And behind the bookshelves we destroyed, there is a message to whom it may concern. I must make haste, for Zarok's man will be here within the hour. I have taken the crucifix from the church. It is the key to a key. I used the cross to make the attached cast, then I had it destroyed. It is my hope that this cast falls into the hands of a just and good hero. Signed, the town mayor. Huh, clever man. He knew what was going on, or going to happen. Well, good thing that we have that crucifix cast with us. So, yeah. I guess now it's a good time to... Where is it? Ha! I lost again. Oh, come on. Where is it? Am I really lost? Dang it. Okay, we have to go to the blacksmith. But I can't find that place because the camera doesn't turn when I want it to. Is that it? Yeah, there's the blacksmith. And you want to have the crucifix cast with you, as well as the landlord's bust. Put it all onto that, whatever it's called, but where you heat your metals. And jump onto this. I'm not good with these kinds of words, but yeah, that blow thingy. Actually, it might be written in the book what it's called. Yeah, jump on top of it a couple of times. Bust the landlord. I'm sorry, that was really bad. And we get a crucifix. And let's actually read that book. It's probably just telling us what to do, but Blacksmith's Monthly. Old Man Willie Green of Gallowstown was awarded Smithy of the Season by our readers. His outstanding cast have produced many intricate and hard-wearing iron goods and sculptures. Willie only uses the finest of metals in his work, like gold, and is particularly noted for his magnificent busts that we just melted. Old Man Willie was quoted as saying, "I When I get pumping on me bellows, there's no stopping me. It's all in the rhythm, up and down and up and down. I've always been inspired by the stories of Stanier Iron Hewer, the greatest smithy that ever there was. So yeah, it was just telling us what to do there. Here we have another silver shield in case you get damaged a bit. So now we want to go to the church and... there we go. That was it already, I almost ran past it. And here we have a Fountain of Life, in case you need to regenerate a bit. And another book. A crucifix once stood here, but the mayor took it. Find a replacement and see how the church should really look. Yeah, that's your clue on getting the crucifix, or that you should get one. Let's place it here, and we open a hidden passage containing a safe key. And opening up a door for whatever reason. Dear Sir or Madam, on my travels across Gallowmere, I have come across many mysterious and enchanting finds. However, that which filled me with deepest dread was discovered of the tomb of the Shadow Demons. The key to their dank prison? What is dank? Huh. The mysterious shadow artifact is now in my possession. That dress-wearing bully boy, Zarok, will stop at nothing to retrieve this item. I feel that already he knows that it is I who possesses it. Yours faithfully, the town mayor. So at least he hit it well, I guess. I mean, it doesn't look like anyone had that key. Anyway, over here is 10 gold as well as an energy vial. Did it say a vial of life back there? Back at the beginning of the video? Yeah, an energy vial is what I meant. So yeah, now that we have the crucifix, we can actually go through this door. Earlier it would have been closed. And let's kill some guards! There we go. Almost 100% on our chalice there. Nice. So, let's hop onto these haystacks. If the game's hit detection were a bit better. Or worse, I don't know. Well, if it were worse, I might be able to clip through that. Okay, let's hop from rooftop to rooftop. And pretend to be Santa Claus! However, instead of leaving presents, we're going to steal them. Okay, let's push that lever to open up that place here, to open up the exit of this level. And while we're here already, let's use the safe key. Definitely don't forget that. Otherwise, you will have to go through this entire level again, because you need the shadow artifact. Otherwise, you can't move on in the game. Oh, right, that's a window, I guess. So, there should be a door there somewhere. Oh, right, it's up. Okay. Thanks, Sam, for moving through there. So, let's see. Over there is the exit, so let's go there and try to defeat those guards. Well, it's only 3 of them, so it really shouldn't be of much problem. And they're dead. Nice. But instead of going through that exit just yet, we now can collect the chalice. So let's do that. You might have seen it flashing through the picture every once in a while, but usually I miss the chalice and have to search it for a while. However, here it is. It's kind of hidden well, because I usually forget about it. I actually had to search it during my test run of this level as well, because poor camera? Or just because I'm not looking hard enough? I don't know. One of the two. But yeah, now that we have the chalice, let's read one more book, and then leave the level. Introduction from Zarok to his guards. Ooh, might be interesting. Capture that greedy profiteer, the town mayor. Take him to the asylum dungeons. Ugh. I hope he could escape. give the fat boy a good going over. Locate the shadow artifact. Bring me back something nice. By something nice, did he mean me? Might be, or just the shadow artifact, but those were two different points. So, welcome back to the Hall of Heroes, I say. Let's see who wants to give us an artifact this time around. Or a weapon rather, not an artifact. Or just some useless items like money. Or another potion of life. There we have the Centaur
What are
Archer.
you running around in your bones, Fortescue? You're so nouveau dead.
Well, yeah, I guess I
Raven
am.
Hooves, last prince of the Centaurs, have not galloped the earth in over 10,000 years. Do yourself a favor, Fortescue. Take my longbow. More powerful than a crossbow. The option of flaming arrows, it is truly the weapon of noblemen.
I just wanted to ask, how the heck is a longbow better than a crossbow, but
Congratulations.
with flaming arrows, I
You
guess
don't
it's
quite have my
not
breeding,
possible.
Mr. Johnny come lately, but there's hope for you yet.
So, now we have the longbow weapon. Yeah, it is better than the crossbow, weaker than the spears actually, but you can shoot elemental arrows, I'm going to say. You start off with the flaming arrows, and later on you can also get other arrows. Still, I am not that much a fan of them. I rather use some spears on my enemies. So, now that we have finished the sleeping village, instead of going to the enchanted earth, I say let's go to the asylum grounds and save the mayor next time here on Let's Play MediEvil. This was NCS, and farewell for now.